It's important to help out when needed, either by donating or spreading awareness. We have Andrea Krebers here to talk more in depth about her cause, the Mexican Dog Asylum, where dogs are abandoned and neglected in Mexico. Andrea and her sister have traveled to Mexico to support the Dog Asylum and have continued to support this campaign by spreading the word to friends and family. So first, can you tell us about the Dog Asylum and what it is?
So the Dog Asylum is called Kika's Life Dog Asylum. It's run solely by this wonderful lady, Laura Belen, and her Laura Tovar, and her daughter Belen. They run it completely themselves. For the first few years, they ran it entirely out of their own money and, out of their own home. But for the last few years, they have been asking for help and donations as their funds have run out.
Okay, so you and your sister help out with them. How do you guys help out? We actually have some footage here of the dogs. Can you explain a bit while we look at the footage?
Yeah, so mostly the way we help out is we've been supporting her and her daughter in their mission for multiple years now. I believe it's 3 or 4 years until this point. We usually, send as much money as we can, get as much of our family involved as we have been able to. And we always go and visit her whenever we're, in Querétaro, Mexico, where she's located. And we go bring food, more money, and just sort of, go and visit with the dogs, mostly because they don't get to see a lot of, other people other than Laura and her daughter.
I'm sure that both her and her dogs appreciate your visit. So how did you two get involved with this?
So we actually got involved with this first by my mom, actually, who found Laura and Kika's Life on Facebook, which is where she runs most of her social media for it. And she spoke very passionately about, the project and her dogs. And so my mom started speaking to her, and then my sister and I as well. And, after our first visit with her, we became very involved with her just because, it's a very big situation that's going on down there, and she's doing so much that she can to help.
It's really great that you two are helping out and that the word is being spread across social media. So how will the GoFundMe page benefit the asylum itself?
So the GoFundMe page, all of the funds are going directly to Laura and her daughter to be used specifically for the dogs themselves, mostly for, vet visits for dogs, neuterings, getting food, clothing, beds, and just cleaning of the facilities, just because she and her daughter currently have 143 dogs right there in her home and in the area, and they need a lot of help cleaning in terms of that.
So for those who don't have disposable incomes or can't help, what are some other ways that we can help?
If you don't have money, sharing the GoFundMe is just about as good as donating money to it, just so we can get as many people aware of it and, as many people with, disposable income to contribute money for her and her daughter in their cause. You can also follow Kika's Life on Facebook just to show your support. She and her daughter also have raffles with prizes that are donated generously by other donors. And, that can also be a way to get involved and show your support for the shelter.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming, Andrea, and informing us about this matter. And if you are wanting to donate to the Mexican Dog Asylum, here is a QR code and URL. All donations go to helping provide food, medicine, beds, and vet visits for the dogs. Help support the mission to give every dog a loving and safe home.